What's up, YouTube? Blaze here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Okay, so for today's video is gonna be a breakdown of one of my of one of the videos of one of the clips from my reaction stream on Wednesday. Okay, in a way, it's kind of like a double reaction because I feel like both videos in perspective are gonna explain the story with everything very well. As for what I'm talking about me reacting to the Afroman trial uh, for, for the defamation case against him by deputies at the Adams County Sheriff's Police Department. For, for the videos that are done in this reaction in question are both from one of my favorite YouTube commentators, Ernst Charlie, aka Penguin Zero, aka Moist Critical. The second one is someone I just recently started following, a YouTuber by the name of Atozi, which covers some of the information based in the aftermath of what happened and other key points to the trial. Man, this whole thing was just a circus to begin with, and obviously the clowns had no idea what kind crazy was gonna go down. And when I mean by clowns, I mean by all the members of all the deputies that were suing Afroman for defamation and for using their likeness in songs as well. That was how the lyrics describe them. I won't explain things here for obvious reasons. I just hope you enjoy the video. I'll let the video explain everything. So if you guys are ready, I know I am. Let's go.
That he has made songs about and made fun of got really upset. They got super sore about it, so they filed a defamation lawsuit against him. And the lawsuit has made it all the way to court, and now it's settled, but we got to witness what has to be one of the most entertaining court cases ever broadcast.
In my opinion, I fucked his wife doggy style. He said it like they were facts.
I don't know how the jury just didn't erupt into...
Okay. Also, the prosecutor was basically literally... This isn't like something that the prosecutor personally said. He was literally reading off the lyrics of the Afroman songs, which is wild.
To laughter numerous times throughout this case. There are so many moments just like that. So he has made a lot of songs and a lot of clips all about this raid and making fun of these officers. And I can't believe at no point throughout this process did the officers think, this is a bad idea. More people are going to find out about this. And that's exactly what happened. Huge Streisand effect here. Yep. So many people are learning about Afroman and the new songs he made about these officers through this defamation trial that's gone to court. So now the songs are blowing up all over again. So will you repair my doors? Over 9 million views. Lemon Pound Cake is probably gonna start charting on fucking Billboard at this point. This one's going nuclear right now. And it's in part a large thanks to these officers being such fucking bumbling, drooling imbeciles that they actually tried to sue Afroman for defamation because he hurt their feelings through making fun of them in these songs. I gotta tell you, sports fans.
Let me tell you something right now, and I'm not a lawyer. Defamation only counts if they're making up stories. If you're spitting facts and telling the truth, it doesn't count as defamation. So, jokes on these cops for making them look like even bigger idiots. Had they not pursued this in court, or the internet would have just moved on, it would have been a one-time thing, but no, they had to double down, and at this point, might as well call it quadruple down, because that's how wild it got. Wouldn't surprise me if they were practically walking meme factories at this point.
Fans, if the officers were upset before, they're inconsolable now. Unless they have a humiliation fetish, they're probably not feeling too great about how this one's gone down, because everybody is making fun of them even more so now. And honestly, this whole case is fucking ridiculous. Like, anyone should look at this and obviously not be on the side of the officers here, because this is so absurd. Really, Afroman said it best while in court.
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't came to my house, they wouldn't have put them.
Oh man. Someone in the comments on some of these various videos, and I think even Charlie's video, was the way Afroman is dressed is the way Japanese people see us as Americans. Which, then again, there was a Japanese anime based on American culture called Gunsmith with cats, and pretty much the main character, Riley, practically had a Ford Mustang, which can't get any more American than that.
On a video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house, gave you the right to do everything you
Under the circumstance that I got freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
Amen. I think that about sums it up. He has the freedom of speech to make fun of these officers. They are public officials. They went onto his property, breaking his shit, apparently even disconnected some of the security cameras, which I feel like that should be completely...
I actually seen another video of this from another YouTuber covering this, and I just want to say that, yeah, disabling someone's security cameras is, definitely considered illegal. And I'm pretty sure it could fall under or the means of maybe tampering with evidence. Or violation of privacy, but I'm pretty sure it's more than likely either tampering with evidence or obstruction of justice. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a Fox guy on the internet.
Illegal to disable lawfully put up security cameras around one's own home. I think, and it seems court agrees, he was well within his rights to be making fun of these officers and using the footage of that raid in the subject of his songs, making fun of them, joking around, whatever he was doing with that music, using them. There should have never been a defamation case that went this far in the first place, but the fact that it did was a fucking slam dunk for comedy. So, let's dive into some of the highlight moments here from the court case.
Well, and from what I understand, I think this defamation lawsuit took place in the state of Ohio, which technically would qualify as a SLAPP suit, and unfortunately, the state of Ohio hasn't, as far as I know, the state of Ohio hasn't adopted any anti-SLAPP lawsuits, because this is basically what it just is. Mainly because of the experience that I've seen John Oliver going through the same thing up against Robert Murray. He back in 2016, 2017, I believe. And ironically, it turned it into a meme and a funny meme song.
So, you're claiming that is the defamation with your wife?
Mr. Walter.
You're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife.
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
So, You're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex.
Wow. That explains the whole title with the one he made on this Robert Weinstein guy or whatever his name. I think it was Roger or Robert Wines. Either way, hey, he had every right, considering how this dude's ego, considering how obvious insecure this guy is, not to mention how fragile his ego is, because of the fact that this deputy has no clue what's going on in his own household. Wow. What an idiot.
With your wife.
Yes.
Okay. And that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
Fucking plot twist of the century. Game of Thrones writers could never. The subversion of my expectations during this segment cannot be overstated.
Yeah.
My jaw was on the floor. So I was already kind of giggly, kind of kicking my feet in my little chair when he was like, listen here, bub. Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't. Mr. Walters, me, does have sex with his wife. Raw, if you needed to know. What you think of that, tough guy? Yeah. And then, when he's like, so, yeah, sorry about that, misspoke. So, the defamation is, Mr. Foreman doesn't have sex with your wife, and we all know that's untrue. And he's like, I don't know. The lawyer was stunned. Like, the lawyer just went radio silent. I think actually blue screened when Randy Walters. This is Randy Walters, by the way.
Or like the circle of death with the internet dial-up meme. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had to be something like that. Which is something that I would be doing if I was in that courtroom.
I forgot to mention his name. Star of Afroman's hit song, Randy Walters is a son of a bitch.
My bad.
So he's now on the stand, and he had a crazy mic drop moment when the lawyer's like, and we all know the claim is untrue about him having sex with your wife, and Randy's like, I don't know. So it seems like he actually thinks Afroman might have fucked his wife or something. So now he's on stand, and it only gets worse from here. It looks like he starts to get angry at his wife about the claim.
I wonder if they ever interviewed this guy's wife and wondered if this is normal, that he's this much of a moron, or if this is just like a major or one-time slip-up.
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
Been with that woman since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there. And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of?
Not unless you interview the wife, but honestly, I feel bad for anyone that's involved with him because of how stupid he's acting.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
Ask your client.
He thought he was playing chess, but he was actually just playing with his own butthole. I don't know what strategy Randy Walters was cooking up there in the noodle, but this is stunning stuff right now. He was giving him like a layup. He's like, all right, so the claim is untrue.
Did anyone else feel like their IQ just dropped a couple of points? Because it almost felt like mine did.
True, right? And he's like, I don't know. I would hope my wife isn't cheating on me. We've been together for fucking years, but now that he's made a song about having sex with my wife, well, maybe he is. And maybe she's cheating on me, and maybe I hate her for it. We'd have to ask Afroman about that. Because now it's put out there, and now it's giving me a lot to think about. Like it looks like he starts to stew, like steam there.
Okay, clearly that that part of the song, that clearly has to be satire. But then again, if Afroman could point out insecurities of a guy like that, he deserves to get clowned on, and chances are that his marriage might have been in a mess from the beginning. But we'll never know.
About it. I really don't know what happened there, but oh my goodness gracious, when I tell you I was laughing, I was belly laughing when this guy started saying that. And you could hear the lawyer kind of switch on to like okay, this is weird, but I'll play along mode, where he's like, okay, so you're saying we can't verify whether or not this is like a true or false claim, it's not verifiable info? Because if he's going to try and say that this is defamatory and then turn around and say that he doesn't know if it's true or not, how the fuck can you say it's defamatory? Like, it's an outrageous tactic. I don't know what else to call it from Randy Walters here. It was mind-boggling.
Oh, yeah, this woman. Clearly, anyone could tell that she was just doing crocodile tears. Tears, because, wow. This is just pathetic.
She just looked at my camera, then she went down on my spouse. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. Y'all keep on laughing, she gonna eat your wife's pussy.
As you can probably gather from the song here, this is an officer involved in the raid. Her name is Lisa. According to Afroman, she even disconnected one of his surveillance cameras.
Yeah, I think I actually saw her in the footage when I was actually watching the video. Will you please help me repair my door? I'm not kidding. I think this was a part of it.
I bet she's really regretting not bringing a fucking EMP device there to blow them all out, so that way, the songs never got made. But here she is taking the stand in court, and boy howdy. So they're playing the Lick 'em Low Lisa song, which is one of Afroman's tracks dedicated to her. He made songs for like every single officer in the raid.
Yeah.
So they're playing her song, her ballad, and she starts crying during it. And they play the whole song as she is like, tearing up. I don't think they're legitimate tears. I think these are crocodile tears designed to try and garner sympathy from the jury. Like, oh, look at the toll this has taken on her. So I think that...
Yeah, that's clearly obvious that they're not real. Because, wow. Who actually buys that kind of waterworks? I mean, really.
That's a little bit of acting there. And trust me, I know acting when I see it. I don't like to usually bring this up all that often, but I actually starred in the Hunger Games.
Well, as a majority of the times, whenever Charlie mentions his acting career, he always brings up this part. However, from what I understand, I believe it was deleted from the final cut, which is why we never saw him in it. Which kind of sucks, but yeah. I suppose. It was a small-time role, isn't as important.
Mockingjay Part 1 is District 8 Hospital Helper. Not a big deal. I don't really think about it that much anymore. Point is, I know when someone is playing a character. And right now she's playing the sobbing, traumatized officer who is being unjustly made fun of in a song. A very silly track. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree.
They play the whole song, too. They sit her right there like it's a fucking Fine Bros React segment, and they make her listen and watch the entire thing. I don't understand why, to be honest with you. I feel like he probably could have just played like the first minute, maybe minute and a half, and I think the message gets across. It's a song making fun of her. talking about like how Lisa eats a lot of pussy and, not taking her job.
Yeah, because he actually made fun of her for possibly being a lesbian. Not saying that he has one, but he did go there.
All that seriously. Like I feel like you probably don't need to play out the whole song, but the fact that they did is comedic gold. So
I'm pretty sure Earl when it came to the jurors, there was either a mixture of confusion or it made somebody's day. I don't know if I was there, or and then I would have to literally do my best to contain my laughter. And if anybody knows when I laugh, it's hard to contain myself.
cameraman even pulls off it there for a little bit just to show like the whole scene in the courtroom. And I'm very curious what the jury was doing. Like maybe they were stomping their feet and snapping their fingers to the track because it kind of makes you want to groove a little bit. It's got just like a real like classic feel to it. And then it pans to Afroman. Somebody give this cameraman a raise. That is...
Yeah. That cameraman definitely earned a raise for this, for sure.
Incredible camera work right there. As you can still hear Lisa sniffling and trying to get more tears out, it pans to Afroman as the song is still playing, by the way, and he is just sitting there staring a hole through her. He is just unflinching, just staring at her. I erupted into laughter with that camera pan to Afroman. And now, it doesn't stop there. As she's still on the stand, they didn't just play the track or anything. They also just started playing some clips that he made making fun of her, almost as like a non sequitur. They just kind of pull it out of nowhere, like, can you pull up another insult here real quick? The jury's gonna love this one.
Go to the next one.
Oh boy.
Which number is this?
Number 21, and it's a video.
Lieutenant, look below Lisa. Stop looking at pussy back there. That's your problem. You always look at pussy and you don't even know how many pussies you've licked. You don't even know how many video cameras you've disconnected.
What number? That was 21?
Yes.
Did you see
That was on TikTok. Oh my. Oh boy, here we go.
that video when it was posted?
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next one.
Yes, next one, please. They got a whole folder here to go through. They got her posted up there like it's a Comedy Central roast. They don't even like go in there and really talk about it all that much. It's just... Yeah, did you see this one when it was posted? Yes, Your Honor. Did you make sure to leave it a like and a thumbs up? Did you leave a comment as well for engagement? Okay, just checking. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I get why it's there, trying to show like, he's insulting her a lot or like defaming her by making fun of her a lot. But like, these are just short clips of him taking the piss. He has a right to do that.
Yeah,
like, all you're doing now is just showing a bunch of insults directly to the person being insulted and maybe making some people on the jury laugh. Like, truly incredible strategy, I've got to say. Again, like, all of this hoopla with the defamation lawsuit from the officers have done nothing but further humiliate the officers and put a bigger spotlight on it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, had they not pursued this defamation lawsuit, the internet would have just moved on and it would have been a fart in the wind.
Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times. You received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Okay. And the content...
They were basically trolling him with hundreds of pounds of lemon pound cake. Okay, for those who aren't aware, this guy was literally caught glancing at some leftover lemon pound cake that Afroman had on his kitchen island. And He didn't just look once, but twice. He even put his gun down and thought about trying to slice, but I don't think he did. Either that or the camera was cut off before where we could actually see him eating it if he did eat it.
Text of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but he asked him that question.
Oh, we all know. Oh, we all know. Oh, by now. Oh, that he's lying about it. Because if he saw the footage for himself, oh, he should be embarrassed. Instead of trying to play dumb.
Well, I'm going to play what's marked.
Okay.
Not only that, but it was also for an Instagram plug.
About it there. So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by a lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
To be honest, this is probably the best promo any artist could ever hope for. They played like all of his greatest hits here from this whole saga directly to the people he was making fun of, and left in all of like the links and the promo and like the calls to action pushing to Afroman's socials. Like, you could not pay for this kind of marketing. It's too effective. Like, oh my god. So they play the entire Lemon Pound Cake song to Officer Pound Cake, and they're like, yes, that's you, right? That's why they call you Pound Cake, brother. And he's like, oh. Like, oh, this whole trial was amazing. And thankfully, it has a happy ending as well. The cherry on top of the Lemon Pound Cake. Afroman won. The First Amendment won.
Yes.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts. Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Thank you, Mr. Osborne. Thank you to the court staff and the Sheriff's Department for security in the building. And we'll go ahead and stand in adjournment.
You love to see that right there. So they were looking for a lot of money from this case, from what I can see online.
They didn't exactly disclose how much, but it was quite a bit of money.
Doesn't seem like they'll be getting a single penny. Nothing at all here except for further humiliation. What an incredible defamation case. Fucking Goof Troop here really came after him. Didn't work out. Those officers were really upset about the songs, and now they got a lot more to be upset about, I think.
Yeah.
I had to talk about
their public credibility is ruined along with their reputations.
This. This shit had me laughing hard today. So, anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think of that? Yeah, because literally everyone was... Literally everyone was talking about this to some extent.
Afroman just won a defamation lawsuit that will probably go down as one of the most outrageous court cases ever live streamed.
Can you tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
Okay, here's another one from...
So not only was this a defamation suit brought against him by the police, but all of the alleged defamatory posts only got more attention because of the spectacle and made the Adams County Sheriff's Department even more of a laughingstock than what it was before. Not to mention, the clips of these officers on the stand being forced to repeat the rude names they were called over and over again makes it so much more funny. Like, it kind of feels like a comedy sketch at this point.
I wouldn't trust him with being alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
That statement is
Yeah.
what you're suing on.
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to
You
find.
keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you it's not singular, it's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dip, one is receding hairline,
Yep.
and the other is heads.
Yes.
I'm sure they're all regretting most of the choices they made, because if they thought their reputations were damaged then they're probably going to want to join some sort of witness protection now.
Yeah.
Lisa, I'm sorry. I didn't know that hurt you like that.
Now, Afroman might not be a name you've heard in a while, but I'm sure, like most people, you've been seeing posts about the defamation lawsuit everywhere last week. It's like every third reel is him celebrating outside of the courthouse, or Officer Poundcake being forced to recount the mean names that hurt his feelings. I mean, this entire case is one of the dumbest and most petty cases I've seen in my entire life, but wow, was it entertaining. Because even though this
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about slap suits that involve defamation. They're usually just extremely petty. And the main reason for that it's because people just want to use the legal system as a way to silence critics, no matter who they are. Or like how I was explaining earlier with the whole thing between Bob Murray and John Oliver. You know, I might actually play that clip for you guys later, just to
trial has been coming for years. It definitely slipped under the radar until the clips of the courtroom live stream started circulating on social media. And if you've seen any of these clips, you would probably agree, how could they not?
Fact.
Yeah.
They never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact. If they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
And the only witness that Afroman himself called was one of the deputy's ex-wives, who only added insult to injury when the prosecution tried to cross-examine her.
You never sought a protective order against your ex-husband, did you?
Yes, I did when we divorced. The divorce, yes. I had a restraining order.
Did you got a restraining order?
Yes, I did.
Were you aware of the posts that were coming out after 2000?
If I had to make it, something tells me that if this is Randy Walters' wife, something tells me they were having issues in their marriage long before the circus started. Which makes sense.
2022 about the sheriff's deputies and calling them thieves and that sort of thing. Did you ever see any or hear any of the songs?
Some of my students referred to it when they would say, I saw your husband in the video.
Oh, yeah. First time I watched this, it was mentioned that the ex-wife was a school teacher. If I had to make a guess, probably a middle school or high school teacher.
Video, and I would say, yeah, that was him.
I am still trying to understand why they sued him back for him making Got High is arguably the most known song from him, and it's featured in iconic movies like Disturbia. And not to mention...
Hold on a sec. I'll be right back. Huh.
Not surprising because, like I said, it was insanely popular. But that being said, Afroman has numerous hits filled with a whole bunch of inappropriate language that is obviously exaggerated, which is kind of what made it so popular. But according to his Wikipedia, his very first song was a diss track about a school bully. So even though Afroman takes shots at his music, the person on the receiving end usually deserves it, even if only a little bit.
She ate my ex-wife just like pizza. Eating blah 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 over and over thousands of times on the internet.
And it's safe to say the Adams County Sheriff's Department did not like what Afroman was doing, even if they didn't understand the insults.
Is it true that Mr. Foreman called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo?
Yes.
The Disney hero?
I'm assuming that's who it is.
Quasimodo from the
Really? This guy doesn't know who Quasimodo is. Seriously?
Disney movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I've never watched it, so I don't know.
So they claimed it was
Oh.
defamation and sued him for nearly $4 million in damages for
$4 million. Yep, this is a slap suit, all right.
humiliation, ridicule, mental distress, embarrassment, and loss of reputation. But Afroman stood firm in his belief that this was all parody and should be allowed. If they
Okay, for those that need to get up to speed, another kind of a slap suit is requesting a ridiculous amount of money. Money that wouldn't be feasible for... That wouldn't be fairly feasible. All because the episode of John Oliver that I watched covering slap suits, there was literally two $15 million lawsuits against an environmental company where people spoke out against them for creating another toxic chemical, dumping a whole bunch of chemicals. Naturally, the people didn't want that, and so they pretty much got sued a total of 2 times for a total of $15 million, equaling up to $30 million. The whole point of lawsuits like this, like I said earlier, is to basically use the legal system to silence critics, no matter who they are. In reality, it's nothing more than a scare tactic, because in reality, no one wants to deal with the stress and anxiety that goes with going to court over a lawsuit.
It hadn't damaged his property, he wouldn't have made the songs about it in the first place.
Yeah, my whole thing is they never should have rated me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they
Yeah, had they never done this, had they never got their intel wrong, things would have turned out differently. None of this would have ever happened. Internet would have just moved on.
ever would have showed up, there would be no songs about them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
Not to mention, it's Afroman. Do we really believe that everyone in the story Colt 45 was 100% real? And if we took at every song lyric ever written as literal, well, there would be a whole lot more people in trouble for way worse stuff than this. But this story is such a good example of the Streisand effect, because honestly, I don't think that many people knew about these music videos until the trial started. I for a fact know I didn't. Not to mention, some of these music videos have gained millions of views just in the last few days. But let's go to where all this began, in 2022 when the initial incident happened. So you have the Adams County Sheriff's Department saying that they received a tip from a confidential informant linking Afroman to drugs and a kidnapping. And this is what led them to obtaining a search warrant for his home. Now, drugs, that's pretty vague. I mean, that could...
Well, yeah, because I think at most, the only thing you'll ever find in terms of drugs at Afroman's house is probably a little bit of the green stuff. No hard stuff.
Be what he talks about in all of his songs, like Because I Got High. So I don't really know if you need a confidential informant to get that kind of information that he may or may not have.
If there was any particular or crime like this going on, chances are the real criminals got away because someone screwed up the address for the warrant.
Some green on.
And the worst part was, he wasn't even there when they conducted the raid.
him. But no matter what the tip was, no charges came from it. And the way the search was executed by the Adams County Sheriff Department ended up being the real story everyone was focused on. Luckily, Afroman and his family weren't home at the time the police stormed the property and damaged and destroyed his gate, front door, and security system. But even though they damaged the security system, he was still able to get footage of what happened. But they came fully kitted up with rifles and even riot shields because I guess they thought that they were gonna get into it.
Yeah. Yeah, because they probably thought they were hitting some Mexican cartel safe house or something. Who knows? Either way, someone unscrewed up somewhere. And they literally lost everything over this.
But as it turns out, they only found a few grand and a couple joints and weed.
At least $5,000, whereas a couple of unused pipes and a few blunts. That's not much for considering if it's like supposed to be at the scale of a cartel operation.
Which again are probably the least surprising things you could ever find at Afroman's house. But this is where it all starts to.
Yeah, that's kind of like going to Charlie Sheen's house back in his party days and not expecting ladies of the night there. Or a bunch of women partying up on Merle Haggard's boat. Oh, because I actually heard stories on how much Merle Haggard used to be a party boy.
Get even more interesting because when the money was returned to Afroman, it was apparently missing $400. And the cops have chalked this up to a counting error. But that did not stop Afroman from calling the cops crooked thieves and basically every other name under the sun.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short because it stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks after Brian and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and didn't do right.
And then he took footage from his cameras before they were cut off and put out numerous posts and videos essentially parodying and making a mockery out of the entire situation. And Afroman says he was just exercising First Amendment rights to criticize public officials as an American. And he would go on to say that it was in his right to turn his bad times into good times and make art about his life to be able to pay and fix the damages that they did to his property.
And because they...
Yeah, mainly because as Afroman's not as mainstream as compared to rappers like Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Eminem. He's pretty popular, but not stratosphere level popular like a majority of the rappers you hear about.
Executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
is that right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
Yes, for tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American, to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right to my freedom of speech. After they left, I had the right to kick the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house.
And it's safe to say the jury agreed, which I don't think any of the cops expected.
In all circumstances, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. No plaintiff verdict prevailed. So the matter will be concluded with defense verdicts.
So unanimously, the jury voted in favor of Afroman, taking this from, I guess, a mockery to a full WWE-style smackdown of the Adams County Sheriff's Department. Because here they were forced to rewatch all the silly music videos and parodies while on public display, knowing this is being live streamed to the public and circulated even more than it was before. And then on top of that, Afroman has only ramped up his ridicule online now that he's actually won the case that they brought against him. It's really just one of the wildest court cases I've seen when you see Afroman's American flag suit and then all the crazy quotes coming from it. I also love there was like some viral tweet saying that Afroman is dressed up exactly like how the Japanese refer to him.
That's exactly what I said, bro. Yeah, still. It's funny.
Americans and anime. And I feel like, yeah, it's pretty spot on. But I can also not unhear Afroman's lawyer asking a witness if she knew the song WAP.
Are you familiar with the song WAP?
I don't think this is the same one.
I think I've heard it.
Sorry, no, strike that. I'm going to give you the complete song and then summarize it because I only want to say it once. Are you familiar with the song Wet?
Yes.
I am honestly wondering how the deputies are doing now. Probably pretty
Yeah.
annoyed that they even tried to do this in the first place, but I do have to assume they were hoping for a payday and to make an example out of Afroman. But I'm honestly just kind of happy that he got justice, because cutting people's security cameras as comps is the least reassuring thing they could do. But now, with the confidence boost from his win, Afroman has allegedly announced that he'll be running for president, which I mean, at this point, anything can happen. We do live in some funny times, to put it lightly.
Man in the white.
Okay, I don't know why, but if Afroman does run for president, he may or may not have my vote. But then again, the way it is with politics nowadays is, and honestly, let's be real. We need a breath of fresh air.
House, I'm going to make it legal for you to have and your firearms at the same time.
Maybe it's more of a gag than him actually running for office.
Yeah, because... Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if that was just a gag because, well, one... I've seen mainly because I've seen rumors about the possibility of other celebrities running for president, but it just turned out to be rumors. One of the biggest examples was Dwayne in The Rock Johnson. And even though there was this little mockumentary / documentary series on NBC called Young Rock, and one of the things in the future was pretty much Dwayne becoming president, he literally stated it a couple of times for the record that he wasn't going to do it. Mainly because the forefathers, reason was because he was joking about this, how our founding fathers don't never see a tequila loving half Samoan man become president, but his main reason, and I believe his legitimate reason, is because, let's be clear, The Rock he probably wouldn't have the patience and to deal with that sort of thing, especially the way it is now that it's more volatile.
But again, at this point, anything could be possible.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to see Kanye West on the ballot a few years ago either. But that's the quick.
Me neither. And even though he claimed that he was going to run for president as part of an independent party, he and Kim kiboshed that because of him having bipolar. I don't know whether or not that's true. But he ended up becoming the VP for another independent candidate in the running. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
Quick summary of what happened with the Afroman case. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe, drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Well, that does it for this video. Oh. Man, the fact that these guys thought they could get away with the defamation case, and also, for a little further context, I recently just watched a prosecutor that was part of the Legal Eagle channel. We'll cover that, and apparently, well, there's some things that Afroman's going to be on the hook for, but I'm pretty sure that things will be fine considering how much all those songs and the music videos have been blowing up in popularity ever since the trial started and it was streamed. So basically, as of now, from what I understand, the state of Ohio eventually adopted a slap loss, anti-slap loss procedure as of January 2025. But this was before or that, so yeah. Bad news is, well, some of the charges from the countersuit that Afroman put together weren't able to go through. As well as basically the defamation case. Basically, a couple of other things. I'm not going to explain anything further because I'm not a lawyer, as I mentioned in the video. The other thing I wanted to mention is, well, it was obvious that he was going to have to pay attorney fees. But that's not a problem. Anyways, also as a little thing for context, I didn't know whose ex-wife was whose, but I think the ex-wife in question that Afro brought as a witness was the ex-wife of Officer Poundcake. Anyway, that's it for me. If you liked today's video, please leave a like, drop a comment down below. Also, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified on when I post new videos or when I go live. By the time this video goes up, I'm not going to be live on YouTube for Monday because I want to test something out on a Kick live stream. Even now that I think I've done some things to stabilize my internet, so I might be going back on there. I don't know, this is probably going to be a one-time experiment. That's about it. And also, feel free, you can find me on social media. I'll leave all my links along with the 2 original videos from Charlie and Atozi in the description below. Until next time, see you guys later.